Exploration, the Trip of Earth, Episode 1, Take 1. Welcome. I am Caleb Scudero, your host for this spectacular journey. And may I say, thank you for joining me on this journey throughout the globe. And may I say, welcome to the very first episode of Exploration, the Trip of Earth. Once again, welcome to the very first episode of Exploration, the Trip of Earth. Now, you may be wondering, exactly what place are we going to be traveling to today? Well, allow me to tell you. But first, let me see if I can guide your thinking along the way so that you can see if you can figure out what place I am talking about. Let's start off with this. It's a country. It's on Earth. Well, yeah, it is on Earth. It's in Europe. It's a very special country. It's one of the smallest countries on the planet. It's near Austria and Switzerland. And it is home to very interesting things. Can you guess the name? If not, let me narrow down even further. Part of the name is this. How do you eat a lollipop or an ice cream cone? You lick it. Do you know what it is yet? Well, if you don't, let me tell you. The very first country that we will be visiting in this series is called Liechtenstein. Now, you may be thinking, Caleb, Liechtenstein is not a place? That's just a made-up word. You just made that up on short notice. It's real. You can look it up on the internet and find out for yourself. But I now am officially telling you the very first country that we will be visiting to on our brilliant voyage throughout the globe in this series. Now, in order to learn about Liechtenstein, we first have to go there. So I've booked us the very next flight to Liechtenstein. So let's hit that plane. Well, now that we've finally arrived in Liechtenstein, it's time for us to learn more about it. Now, I'm sure most of you probably have never heard of Liechtenstein, so you'll definitely have a lot to learn. And we'll be learning a lot of it throughout this episode. First, we'll be going through a little slideshow with audio in the background, talking a bit about Liechtenstein, like a little introduction to Liechtenstein. Then, we're going to have a very special guest give us some very interesting facts about Liechtenstein. So it's a lot to look forward to, so let's get right to it. Here comes the slideshow describing an introduction to Liechtenstein. With only about 38,000 people and roughly 62 square miles, Liechtenstein is one of the smallest countries in the world, the sixth smallest to be exact. Over the centuries, such peoples as the Celts, Romans, and others have lived in this region. Today, about 2/3 of Liechtenstein's population are descendants of a particular tribe,
which settled in this region about 1500 years ago. German is the official language of Liechtenstein, although local dialects vary from village to village. Two of Liechtenstein's typical dishes include a specialty made of corn and a cheesy pasta dish. Journeying through the country offers visitors views of snow-covered mountains, green valleys, vineyards, and a variety of vegetation. For example, in this alpine microstate can be found nearly 50 types of wild orchids. Liechtenstein also has museums, theaters, and wineries. Thus, in summer and winter alike, tourists come to visit. For such a tiny principality, it has a very fair number of interesting qualities.
Well, that was a wonderful slideshow, wasn't it? Giving you some basic facts about Liechtenstein. Now, would you like to hear some even more interesting facts about Liechtenstein? Well, here is a very special treat. A very special guest will be going on to the show and giving you guys a very special presentation on several interesting facts about Liechtenstein. You ready? Well, here he is. Take one.
Hello friends, my name is Mitchell Scudero. I'm Caleb's brother. And on today's show I'm going to share a few different facts about Liechtenstein that were found at mentalfloss.com. One fact is that there's very little crime in Liechtenstein. In fact, Liechtenstein has one of the world's lowest crime rates. Citizens who are given prison sentences longer than 2 years are actually transferred over to Austria. The crime rate is so low that the average Liechtenstein resident reportedly doesn't even lock her front door. Pretty amazing, I think. Another fun fact about Liechtenstein is that once a year, all the residents are invited to a party in a castle. That sounds just fantastic to me. On Liechtenstein's national holiday, the head of the state and his son invite all the residents of their tiny principality to have a beer in the garden of Vaduz Castle, the princely ancestral residence. Another fun fact is that they speak German, but not exactly. Let me explain. Although German is the country's official language, most residents speak an Alemannic dialect that's very different from the standard German, and closer to Swiss standard German. Another fun fact about this country is that it's the world's leading manufacturer of false teeth. What a great thing to be known for. Did you know that the company based in Liechtenstein is responsible for the production of 60 million sets of false teeth every year, and more than 10,000 different models? Another fun fact about this country is that at one point you could rent the country by the evening. In 2011, you could rent the whole country of Liechtenstein for $70,000 a night. And that sounds like a good time. Another source for a few different facts is found at jw.org. Test your knowledge. Which of these four things describes Liechtenstein? A, one of the two countries in the world that are completely surrounded by landlocked states. B, home to more than 50 different types of mammals. C, home to about 1,600 different plant species. Or D, a country without an army. The answer? All four statements are true. These are just a few fun facts about the great country of Liechtenstein. I hope you had a great time. And now I'll turn you back over to Caleb.
Thank you very much, Mitchell, for giving us those wonderful and very interesting facts about Liechtenstein. And I hope you guys enjoyed his presentation. But now, to conclude this video, I would like to say thank you for viewing the inaugural episode of Exploration, the Trip of Earth. I hope you enjoyed it. And before you go, I'd like to say two things. One, feel free to write in the comments below about how you like this video, about the series, or if you have any suggestions about future videos. So please feel free to do that. And two, feel free to subscribe if you have not done so. That way you'll be ready to view the next videos in this brand new series. So, to end the video, this is Exploration, The Trip of Earth, Episode 1. Thank you, and have a great day.